Welcome back, A-Team. My name's David, here to bring you another run, part of our HIIT Strength and Sprint series. Today's run is a 15-minute run called Slow Build. Before we get started, I want you to make sure that you're warmed up, you've double knotted your shoes, and you're ready to go. So for the run today, we're gonna do all 80-second intervals. We'll also have mostly 80-second recoveries. I'll be a little bit nice towards the end of class. Your last recovery will be slightly longer than 80 seconds, just to get you prepped for that last big run. Let's start off right here. We're gonna actually have no incline for the entire run, and we're gonna start at 2.4 miles below the fastest you can run for 1 minute straight. If you've been with me before, I've kind of explained this, but the fastest you can go for 1 minute straight, for my newer runners or you're newer to the series, I want you to pick a speed, maybe 7, 8, or 9 miles per hour. If you're feeling really energetic, you already are a runner, maybe 9 or above. If you're just getting into it, maybe pick 7 or 8 miles per hour. Have that number in the back of your head as the fastest you can go for 1 minute straight. I'm gonna choose 9 for me, and I'm gonna actually start the run at 2.4 miles per hour below your fastest. I know it's a weird number to start with. Do a little bit of math in your head. First interval, which should be an intensity of maybe 50% or a 5 out of 10 for your maximum. Let's go ahead and start this first one. 2.4 miles per hour below your fastest. For me, my fastest is 9 miles per hour. I'm gonna be at 6.6 miles. We're taking off on the first interval in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go right here. All right. So the run is called Slow Build, and that's what we're gonna do. Midway through every single interval, we're gonna add a little bump of speed, specifically 0.4 on the speed. All right, we'll worry about that in just a little bit when we get there, but let's check in on our form on how we're running here. So first thing, let's start from the crown of your head, work our way down. So I want a little tuck of your head, of your chin, slight lean forward, so almost that area that's like your third eye is leading your run. Shoulders are wiggled down away from your ears, and you pull your low belly in. We're gonna add our first little bump of speed, 0.4 in 3, 2, 1. Add it on right now. So me, I was at a 6.6. This is gonna take me to 7 miles per hour. Stay here for another about 25 seconds. Let's go back to our form wherever I left off. It's gonna be low belly. Suck it in a little bit to support your low back, but not so much that it hinders your breathing. From there, extra credit to get your heels closer to your booty if you wanna just kind of move through the range of motion of your quads, the front of your legs. First recovery, 80 seconds in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna take my recoveries down to a walk. If you wanna add some distance or train to be a distance runner, I recommend that you try to get something closer to 50% of your fastest for your recovery pace. So if I was doing 50%, I'd be closer to 4.5 miles per hour. Today, for my recovery, I'm gonna be between 3 and 3.5. Another little tip, if you wanna amp up your recovery pace or amp up your recoveries without adding that much speed, you can add a little bit of incline here, and I'll let that be your choice. If you wanna have that extra calorie burn, build a little strength on the back of your legs, anywhere from like 2 to 4%, as long as you're still able to get your heart rate down. All right, shake it off. Reset whatever you need to reset. You have a little less than 30 seconds before we go to our second interval. We're gonna have a total of 6 of these 80-second intervals that are building faster and faster. We ended the last interval at 2.1 miles per hour below your fastest, and that's where we're gonna start this next one. The exact same speed as last time. This should be an intensity level of maybe a 6 out of 10. Let's try that here. Same speed where we ended in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Add it on. This should be about 2 miles per hour below your fastest. It's like a slow burn here. You can definitely go faster, but we're holding for 80 seconds. So by the end of this, you're gonna feel that heart rate elevated. It's not gonna be the worst, but it's still kind of part of the beginning of a class. Reset right here. When I say reset, I want you to come back to your breath. See if you can get me a slightly longer inhale than what's naturally occurring. And then just let the exhale happen on its own. Check in with your hands, shoulders, shake that tension out. We're gonna be here for barely over 30 seconds. One of my favorite things to do when I run on my own is to just let my body go into autopilot. So if you've been running for a little bit, you feel like you don't have to think about your form too much. Maybe you look straight ahead. Do your best to clear your head, clear your heart, and just let this be cathartic. Let it be maybe your meditation for the rest of today. Your second recovery is coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, recover. All right, so again, I'm walking it out for my recoveries. Take it down, reset. Whew. I don't know what it is. It's always in the recoveries that I feel for myself that I sweat a little bit more, or maybe it's just the motion of me pausing and paying attention to what's going on in my body. So if you can do that, just be aware, where's the tension? Is it in your shoulders? Is it in your face? Can you let that go? Is there something in the hands? Let that go as well. On this next interval that we have, we're gonna pick it up a little less than a minute. Next interval, I want you to focus on relaxing your shoulders down and then drawing your elbows by your side behind you. So elbows are gonna brush the ribs, never wanting the arms to cut across our body. That's gonna cut off momentum. So just use the arms in conjunction with your legs. You've got about 15 seconds. Next interval, we'll start where we ended the last one. If you did the math, we added that 0.4 midway through. We're gonna be 1.7 below your fastest on this next one. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take off right here. So this is gonna be 7.3 for me. I'm sorry, 7.4 for me. A little off on the math, it's all right. You knew where I was going, right? We're adding 0.4 every single time. Good. 80-second intervals. Hold the first 40 seconds at one pace. In about 10 seconds, we'll bump up our speed again. Adding 0.4 in 5, 4, 3, 2, give me that bump of speed. Let's go. Good, so we're about 1.6 below our PR for the beginning of this one. We added 0.4, so you're 1.2 below right now. We're recovering in about 15 seconds. Let's earn this one. This will take us midway through the class. Couple good breaths with me. Recovery's coming in 3, 2, 1. There's your milestone, halfway through. It's a good time if you've been going faster in your recoveries or adding incline on your recovery. If you feel like your heart rate's not down enough, take it slower in this one, and then maybe reset on the few others. When I say reset again on your recoveries, what I'm talking about is consider in your second or third to last recovery that you go a little bit faster. That's just to add some distance on since our recoveries are so long today. Whew. All right, I'm gonna give you about 45 seconds right here. Take a moment. Think about how great you're gonna feel for the rest of today just because you put 15 minutes in to devote to yourself. This time that we have right here is a celebration that you have this amazing ability to move. Let's get ready for this next one. We're picking up our pace in about 20 seconds. We will be 1.2 below our fastest. Nice, you can tell that I've picked up my recovery pace just a little bit than where I was before. I know I can handle it. If you're there with me, maybe add a little bit on. We're gonna go 1.2 below your fastest in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Cool. So again, my fastest for me today, 9. So I'm gonna take me all the way up to a 7.8. Good. Hold it steady for another 20 seconds before we add that little burst of speed. Because we're going faster and faster, I like to get a nice long stride, a little bounce in my step here. This is completely extra, but highly recommended if you want to be that long distance runner. Let's add 0.4 in 3, 2, 1. Nice. You're taking it 0.8 below your fastest. Good, we're feeling it now. Stay with me. Final 20 seconds. We can do this. Gonna hear me talking a little less and less as the intervals ramp up. Intensity, maybe an 8 out of 9 or 10 here. Let's recover in 3, 2, 1, recover. Good job. I'm gonna go really slow on this recovery. 2 intervals to take us home. So we're gonna do this next 80-second interval. Same pattern, adding 0.4 midway through. After this interval, I'm gonna give you a slightly longer recovery. I have been giving you 80-second recoveries. We're gonna take a whole 100 seconds. It's a minute and 40 for your recovery pace. I'll recommend halfway through that recovery to bump up your pace a little bit. So let's get ready for the next interval. We'll worry about the recovery when we get to it after this. In 10 seconds, we're gonna add speed on 0.8 below your fastest. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2. This is where you ended the last one. For me, again, I'm at an 8.2. My fastest being 9. Again, you scale up or down. If you want to be faster, be faster. If you need to be slower, go there. One of my favorite things about teaching classes is when people come up to me in person right before the class. They always like to give me whatever excuse as to why they're going slower, going faster for the day, whatever it is. I want you to know you're exactly where you need to be right here, all right? Good, you've got about 20 seconds before we add our speed. It's gonna be nice and fast. 0.4 adding on. Again, taking you about 0.4 below your fastest. Get ready for almost a sprint in 4, 3, 2, add it on, go. Nice job. Maybe knees get a little higher. I always like to try to push away from the console in front of me just so I can relax my shoulders down, relax my hands down, and have a nice, solid run. All that tension in my upper body is gone, and I put it down into my legs, maybe a little bit in my core as well. Stay here for 10. Nice stride. We recover in 4, 3, 2, recover. 100-second recovery. Slow. Let's go really slow for the first 50 seconds, just under a minute here. Whew. If you feel comfortable at this pace, take a second to catch your breath, and then maybe a few shoulder circles. Your breath, your lung capacity is key on what we have going on here. Nice. Good. All right, let's pick up our pace a little bit, add some speed on. Just for time's sake, I'm gonna give you about 15 seconds before we get into this final interval. You should be 0.4 below the fastest you can go for 1 minute straight. We'll hold that for 40 seconds. And then after that, nope, I'm a liar. I'm gonna give you a longer recovery than another 30. You still have another 40 seconds right here. Stay here. But pick up your pace right here. Maybe 50% of your fastest right now. I'm getting a little closer to mine. My 50% would be 4.5 miles per hour. I'm barely under that. I'm about 4.2 right here. For me, I'm already a fast walker, so I can walk at this pace. But if you have a slow jog or a fast walk and you can still get your heart rate down, that's where I want you to be. Little over 10 seconds before your final interval. We're gonna start again, 0.4 below your fastest. Let's go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Go right here. So I'm gonna be at 8.6. That's where I ended my last run. Knowing that my finish line is in sight. The last 40 seconds of this, we're sprinting to our finish. I want you to check in, and this is a great time to figure out that number that you picked at the beginning of class. Is that truly the fastest you can go for 1 minute straight? When we hit this in about 10 seconds, I want you to be huffing and puffing by the time we're at the end. Your finish line is right in sight. Let's take off, add 0.4 in 3, 2, 1. Let's go, A-team, come on. If you can go a little bit above that number that you had at the beginning of class, this is the time. You're holding for 30 seconds, that's it. There it is. Final 15. Stay for 10. Wait for me to count you all the way down before you pause or you go down to a walk. You've got 3, 2, 1, recover, recover. I'm taking me down to a walk. You can either walk or stop. Please take some time to stretch on your own. I want to thank you again for joining me for this 15-minute run. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Let's go.